Hey y'all. So it's Friday. I had a video that I wanted to do today. Last week I did my coffee video. I wanted to do a guacamole video, but maybe we'll do it next week because it was kind of hard to get avocados right now with everything that's been going on. My local spot didn't have them, so I was on a video chat last week, and a few of you guys were asking about some of the paintings and the stuff that I have around my temporary classroom right now. So I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough and explain some of the stuff, some of the paintings I have here. During the summer, sometimes I like have these ideas to get into certain things, and I had an idea to get into painting people's pets or painting, certain things like that, pop art, and selling them online. And I really didn't get up to that part, but I got enough paintings out to like hang all over the apartment that summer. Um, and it's something I still do here and there. It's something I enjoy doing. I always enjoy doing, creative things in my free time. So I'm just going to walk you through and show you some of the things that I worked on. So over here, you see I have the computer. This is where we do our meetings. And if you notice, if you've watched my lessons, I sit here and I teach in front of this. This is basically a TV that I hooked my computer up to so I can put the PowerPoints up here. So two paintings I have behind me. Let me see if I could flip this. So two paintings I have behind me. First one, this one. You guys are maybe a little younger, but there was Ghostbusters cartoon when I was growing up called The Real Ghostbusters, which was kind of cool because the concept was the cartoon was the real Ghostbusters and the movie was just a movie. So like the first few episodes, they actually come out of the movie theater after watching the Ghostbusters movie, and they're like, "Oh, could you believe Bill Murray played me or whatever?" So that's pretty cool. This is Janine from Real Ghostbusters with Slimer behind her. Janine was always one of my favorite characters, especially in the show. I like the idea that her and Louis Tully become actual Ghostbusters eventually. And this was a clip from the opening sequence of the show that always stuck out in my head. So, I thought it would be cool to do that one. Over here, we have this painting that I made. It's, if anybody ever saw the movie Place Beyond the Pines, this is a painting of Ryan Gosling. In the movie Place Beyond the Pines, he's actually holding a baby in this clip, but I have him holding our cat. It looks better from certain angles, this painting, because the paint I used is a little reflective, but I have my skeleton here hanging out. This one over here I made, it's the scene from an NES version of Friday the 13th. When I was growing up, my cousin had this game, and when you die, the "oh no, sorry, you're dead" is basically this shot right here. It says, "You and your friends are dead, game over," and it has this picture of Jason. And the reason why he's blue and purple is because for some reason, the way that they had the night represented in NES and 8-bit in the 8-bit world was blue and purples. And it's funny because if you look at Comic-Con or something like that, somebody clever always dresses up as Jason in these colors, in the blue and purple, but like in real life. And it's pretty hilarious because you kind of got to know what it is. But this is the 8-bit NES Jason. And I debated on painting the background. This is like one of my unfinished ones. But I think I might just leave it white. Kind of just looks cool. Another one, I like 80s stuff, synthwave stuff, retro wave, retro future. And, a lot of my stuff is inspired by that. I have Real Ghostbusters, I got NES Jason, and this is another one of those. This is in the 80s. There's a movie called Days of Thunder. It's with Tom Cruise. It's kind of like Top Gun with NASCAR. It's pretty ridiculous. So I painted this. This is a part of the movie poster. Instead of Days of Thunder, I just wrote Thunder on the bottom. It looked cooler. But what's cool about Days of Thunder, what's cool about it, the movie's super cheesy. It's lame. But what's cool about it is, if anybody ever saw Talladega Nights, John C. Reilly is in Talladega Nights with, what's his name? Come on. Will Ferrell. And Talladega Nights is a spoof of Days of Thunder. But what's funny is John C. Reilly is also in Days of Thunder. So he's like one of the few people that is actually in the original and in the one making fun of it. It would be like you know, whatever. All right. So I got this guy right here. This is something I started that maybe I'll finish this summer, or I'll finish now that I have time off. This is a painting of a writer, Charles Bukowski, somebody I like, and he's in this photo of him. He's gassing up his VW Beetle. So, you know, my cousin actually asked me when I started painting. I told him like, oh, I'll make you something for practice. You know, what do you want? And he likes Bukowski, so I did a different Bukowski for him. I actually had two, and that one I did came out better, and I was a little faster on that one. So I gave him that one, the better one, and I'm just kind of working on this one for me. A few more pieces here. There's an art store near me, and they have pretty cool stencils. So this is one of those. I got a Frankenstein stencil over there that was pretty cool. So I used that to make this one, just for Halloween, like something to hang around the apartment. I'll show you. I used that stencil to do another one that I have in the bathroom, which I think is kind of funny. This is a Tyler Durden one, a Fight Club one I made. I would do it a little different. I might fix it up at some point. But I made this stencil myself. The stars are a little sloppy, but it's just something I was learning. You know, these are my first ones. I'm going to show you two more. So I'll show you the Frankenstein one. Three more. So this is using the Frankenstein stencil. I did like kind of an Andy Warhol type thing with this one, and this I keep in our bathroom. I think it's kind of funny when people come over. So this two last ones. This is my first painting here. This is our cat Winky, and if any of you guys saw online, I had the photo version of this as my Google classroom profile pic for a while. You know, but that was my first one, a little rough. You know, I haven't had the technique down yet, but you know, I took the photo of him wearing that little tie, which we actually had for him, and I painted that. And lastly, this one I made for my wife for her birthday one year. One of our favorite movies is a movie called True Romance. It's a cool movie if anybody wants to check it out. It's written by Tarantino, but it's directed by Tony Scott, which is actually the guy who did Top Gun. But crazy amount of people are in it. Brad Pitt, Christian Slater, you know, Dennis Hopper, Christopher Walken, the guy that makes Crazy. He did the Get Your Kids in the House Facebook rant recently. Patricia Arquette. You know, the list goes on and on and on. It's really nuts. Cool movie. You know, like one of those violent action 90s movies. But this is a clip from the movie and a saying from the movie that I painted into this. They're like driving into the sunset at the end. So that's it. Hopefully I get a few more done, you know, now that we have some time and I can finish the ones that are hanging around. I'm going to try to get the guacamole video up by next Friday. But have a nice weekend. Stay safe. If you have suggestions for any more videos or anything like that, I have a few ideas, but, you know, maybe we'll talk about it on Monday. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a nice weekend.